So my mom taught me. So shout out to my mom. Yeah, she
Okay.
taught me how to sew. I feel like when I was like 11. And then I've known how to sew since then. And yeah, I just make stuff. Like I make stuff for me, and because I want it. Like I need new clothes to wear, so I'd just
Yeah.
rather make it. And for like styling, since it's like so hard to pull, I feel like I just end up making stuff because it's just like there's something missing to like an outfit. I'm just like I can't get it in the store.
Yeah.
Like where am I supposed to get it?
Yeah.
If I need to order it online, it'll take like weeks. It's like I might as well just make things. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
No,
that
I
is like
like
that
that.
personal touch for sure.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Sunday Refocus, a Styled by Nif production. I'm your host, Nifemi Ashani, and today I am delighted to welcome our amazing guest, Liam Ogilvy, known as, in this fashion world, Liamochicken. Liam is a multifaceted fashion stylist and designer based here in Edmonton, Alberta, with roots in Jamaica. With a flair for creativity and innovation, he navigates the dynamic fashion landscape as a freelance professional, bringing his unique vision to life. Liam, welcome. Before we start, I want the audience to get a quick glimpse into your style world. Can you please describe your style in 3 words?
I'd say my style's bold, silhouettes, and then the last word would be me because I feel like it's an extension of me. So
I like
yeah.
that. Bold silhouettes and just you.
Yeah.
With that being said, what message do you think you believe your style conveys to the world?
I'd say it tells people to take risks. I don't always wear like what's conventional. I wear like what I want, and it's like sometimes people don't like it, but I love it and it makes me happy. So
I like
cool,
that.
yeah.
No, I feel like your style really inspires me personally. I like how you take risk, like you said, you
Yeah.
know, and just like do things that have never really been thought of.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to know like what inspired you to get into styling and now being, you know, a freelancer and whatnot. Tell me the journey of that.
Yeah, so I'd say it's been a weird journey. I feel like with everyone, they say they started fashion when they're young, but for me, I think it started in high school. Me and my friends, my friend Michael specifically, we'd always go like back and forth doing like outfits and like pushing each other to like style things, but we didn't know we were practicing styling. We were just having fun. And I remember grade 12, we had a challenge and it was to not wear the same outfit for the whole year. And we made it pretty far. But it was like that's initially where we laid our roots, and it's like we were practicing styling and doing stuff, but we didn't really like realize it. And then eventually I went back to school in Jamaica after that. And like going back to school in Jamaica, like I love Jamaica, but they always they don't have the freedom in school that we do here. So you go to school, you have to wear a uniform. It has to be very specific. Your hair has to be short, and it's like they have a proper way, and it's like here in school we had like like such freedom, and it's like yeah, going from like freedom to not having freedom is like yo, I miss this. Like I miss being able to wear like what I want when I want. And it's like
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. And then eventually I came back here and started working at Nike, and then my boss at Nike kind of brought me into the fashion industry. She was like, "Oh, you're so good," and got me into like visual merchandising. And then she had some connects at Western Canada Fashion Week, and then that's how like things like started to work out. And then met a couple of people in New York, and I ended up flying out to New York and like meeting people out there. And it's been a weird journey, and I don't know how to explain how everything works. It's just like when things are meant to happen, they happen. Yeah.
Definitely. It's like you've been destined for this and
Yeah.
the doors are just opening up for
It
you,
always does.
which
Yeah.
is such a beautiful thing. I know that you said that you recently went to New York, and that's something a lot of Edmontonians who are working in fashion haven't gotten the chance to
Yeah.
experience. What would you say that experience was like for you?
Well, I've been there like 6 times now, so it's each experience is different, but I feel like it's always good. The people there, like you always run into good people. I feel like if you
Yeah.
you come with like good energy and good intentions, you run into good people. It's been good. The first time I went there, I got to do a design course at Adidas, so that was really fun and really like eye opening to see like the tech behind their stuff, and then got to kind of get to experience like Garment District and like see like all the behind the scenes of everything. It's like you can go into a building with an idea, you go get your pattern made on one floor, you go up the next floor.
That's so cool.
You'll have your fabrics, you pick your fabrics, you go up the next floor, and you have someone that can make your sample. And it's like they can literally like do things in a day. Like you can get a piece done in a day, which is like so cool. to see, because we don't really have it here, and it's like,
Yeah, I love that. And I'd love to get into like more of like your portfolio, because like you said, your style is you. There's a lot of like unconventional things that goes on in your portfolio. I look at Instagram, I'm just like, yeah, this guy is out of this world.
Thank you.
You know, it has like this like otherworldly, futuristic energy and vibe that goes into it. What would you say like has influenced as your style, or like, you know, any person or, you know, place or thing that you feel like has played a huge part in your styling journey, and how that has evolved through what we see online?
Good question. I think I don't know if there's a person specifically I can say. I'd say, I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I get inspired by the world and what's around me. And it's like, to pinpoint like one specific person, it's very hard. It's like there's a combination of things and they all come at the same time. So it's like, yeah, it's just I feel like life in general just kind of inspires me.
Yeah. What would you say is kind of like, let's say when you're wanting to create a look, those steps of like, okay, this is things that are influencing what this specific project could look like.
Yeah.
Could you kind of share what that process looks like for you?
I say for me, usually I just kind of like sit back and I'll think and I'll be like, what do I want to say and how do I feel? And like I say my emotions are basically what I put into the clothes. So it's like me explaining my voice in another way without me talking. It's like, yeah, you talk, but it's like talking through the clothes.
I love that.
So it's hard because like for every shoot, I feel like it's so different for me. Like some days, like especially like working with clients and stuff, you have to make mood boards and you have to do that. But it's like when I'm doing like shoots for me, I don't really make mood boards because I just like to like think naturally and just like, yo, I'll just start putting pieces together and it works. And I really don't know how to explain my process.
I feel like that means you have like good photographic like memory, because like for me personally, like as a stylist, like I'm a mood board person. I'm like, okay, I need to pinpoint this. But even as yourself, that you were saying that you try to like visualize and think back to yourself, like what story am I trying to convey? I feel that's always like the starting point as well. It's like, okay, really, what do we want to do here before we go into it? And I love that process of just like, in a way, it's like very meditative.
Exactly.
I don't know if do you feel that same? Yeah, it's very like peaceful. And then you come into the work where you're like, okay, now I have to actually align it with like the world and everything, and find a place in society where this is gonna fit. But I love how you take such a very natural and like free flow with it. Like it's very unique, and it shows like how much confidence you have in yourself and how much you believe in what you have to offer the world. And that's really cool. I'd love to know, as a stylist here at Edmonton, is that easy? We know it's not easy.
Yeah, it's far from easy.
It's far from easy, you know what I mean? What significant hurdles have you encountered in your journey here in Edmonton, particularly in navigating the complexities of the fashion industry?
I'd say pulling is so hard. Like when in New York, it's so easy to pull. You say why you want to pull it, you say what you need, and you'll get it done. But it's here, it's like I feel like you have to jump through loops and like try to find people, and it's like it's a whole process. It's getting better, but it's like we're still like so far behind compared to like major cities where it's like like say we wanted to do a shoot today in New York, you could go pull stuff today. It's like Edmonton, you'll be typing your weight, they might not reply, and it's like you just don't know. So it's like I feel like that's definitely one of the challenges. And the other thing I'd say, especially with the fashion scene here, I feel like there's a good fashion scene. It's just like we're very separated. Like no one is like merged together, and until we merge together, I feel like we're not progressing like crazy,
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you with that. And also going back to the making polls, I also feel like because there's not that many fashion stylists here. So it's like when we do go to the store, it's not like we have like, well, not everybody has like consistent projects going on. So when they see, they're like, wait, who are you again? You know what I mean? So there's things like that. Whereas in New York, like you said, it's like every day somebody's trying to make a poll. You know what I mean? They're always doing something. And I also agree with the community aspect. I was talking about this with my team the other day. We were like, we need to find a way to like collaborate more, meet together, and really trying to, understand how we can move forward. So that's a good point you stated, and I'm hoping that we can actually do that. You know what I mean? But I love how you have been able to navigate that and still feel like Edmonton is like home for you,
Yeah.
right? So that's a beautiful thing. And I would like to know, like, what aspect of working as a stylist here in Edmonton resonate with you the most, and in what way would you say it influences your approach to styling? Because I feel like in Edmonton, it's definitely different from what it's like in like New York,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like there'll be like influences there. So what would you say resonate with you the most, being a Edmonton-based stylist?
I say Edmonton, you're not like in a big scene, so it's like you kind of it's calm, and not that you can do whatever you want, but you have like a bit more freedom. Whereas like New York, it's like business, like you got to do what you need to do to survive out there.
Yeah.
But here it's like you have time, you can think and process things.
Yeah.
I think the freedom and like our scene is not big yet, so we can grow the scene. And it's
Yeah.
like we can really be like leaders and take
Y'all
charge.
hear that?
of
We
what
can
we're
grow
doing.
the scene.
Yeah.
That's a quote of a quote. No, I like that. No, that's really good. And among your diverse projects, I know you have so many projects. The other day I was looking at your portfolio. I was like, yo, this guy has been doing his styling thing from like time. You know what I mean? I remember when we used to like follow each other on like my older accounts too, and I would see all like your very like out of the world like project. I was like, yo, who's this guy? He was doing some cool things, So what would you say, like, among all the projects you have done so far, which one holds a special place in your heart, and what makes it stand out for you?
So actually, I haven't posted it because I feel like I haven't posted a lot of my work recently. But we did one last summer, and it's called Nature is Nurturing. It consisted of like 3 outfits, and basically they're supposed to show like someone going to water, and then someone growing and healing, and then they bloom into like a full flower. So the outfits like started very basic, and it was like kind of a water-based outfit, and then it went to an outfit that was all flowers, and then we made an outfit. Or I made like outfit out of moss, like completely out of moss, and then that was like the final fit. So like showed the transformation. But I feel like a lot of people don't take time to nurture themselves, and that's something we need to do. Like regardless if you're in fashion or creative, like everyone needs to like take time and take care of themselves so we can grow as people and like make the world a better place. So yeah.
What a beautiful message. I'm actually excited to see the project.
Yeah.
That is, and we're gonna show the project as well on our.
Okay.
But I love that. And I love how your projects have a message. I know there's a lot, we see a lot of styling projects, and it's like, it's mainly beauty, or there's not really like much. I feel like the higher you go, you don't really see that many like story concepts like this.
Yeah.
And like you said, being in Edmonton, we have the freedom to really like use our everyday experiences and channel that into our creativity.
Exactly.
And I love how you're doing that through your art. So I applaud you for that, for real. And if you could collaborate with any brand or take any project, like your dream project, what would it be?
Brand.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd love to collab with like Mugler. Or there's a brand called, or a designer called Ding Yang Zhang. And those are probably, and Nunu Chu. Those are probably like the top 3 like I'd want. They're very like avant-garde, very like expressive and like outside of the box. So I'd love to work with them one day for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you say like a dream project would be for you then?
A dream project would definitely be like shooting in the mountains somewhere, like somewhere in Europe, like just way out in the mountains and just like in the middle of nowhere.
No, yeah.
Or like even in like Antarctica. I feel like that'd be sick. Yeah.
I can already see like your that project up here. That'd be crazy. Like the layering too. Like I can see you do something like wild on that one. No, that's really dope. And I would like to get into like your designer like aspect of your life. I know as a fashion stylist, you're also a fashion stylist, and then you're a designer. So that journey, like, and I feel like I don't know if you share it as much. Like it's very much like shown through like your styling a lot, because I can see how you take a lot of initiative in adding just like unseen layers or things like you definitely cannot buy this in the store. Like it must have been made. You know what I mean? So tell me, like, did you go to school for design, or are you self-taught? Like what has the journey been like for you?
So my mom taught me. So shout out to my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she taught me how to sew. I feel like when I was like 11. And then I've known how to sew since then. And yeah, I just make stuff. Like I make stuff for me, and because I want it, like I need new clothes to wear, so I'd just rather make it. And for like styling, since it's like so hard to pull, I feel like I just end up making stuff because it's just like, there's something missing to like an outfit. I'm just like, I can't get it in the store.
Yeah.
Like where am I supposed to get it? If I need to order it online, it'll take like weeks. It's like I might as well just make things. And it's like, It
No, I
added like
like
that
that.
personal touch for sure.
I like that. Like, and it's I feel like that's what even like makes you stand out even more with your styling is how
Yeah,
like you can bring elements in it that you know that okay, nobody else can like can
exactly.
do
Yeah,
this, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's really, really cool. I would love to ask you this question because part of what we do at Sunday Refocus is to support and empower and uplift other creatives who may also want to be a stylist or whatnot,
yeah.
right? So what would you say is like what one piece of advice would you have for aspiring fashion stylists, and what would it be drawing from like your own experiences and like challenges like you have overcome?
I'd say share your work. Even me, I still struggle with that. Like I haven't posted my work in like a while, but you need to share it. Everyone wants to see your journey and they want to see your growth. And at the end of the day, like if you're not sharing it, no one's gonna see it, and no one's gonna know your message and what you have to say. So,
Yeah.
like, just share your work. It might be hard, and like I know a lot of times I'll post on Instagram and I just close the app and close my phone so I don't go on it. But it's like if you need to do that to post your work, just do it
Do
because you
it.
never know who's gonna see it and who's gonna change because of that.
Yeah. No, I totally connect with you on that because for me, like, as much as I know, I had to come with terms with like, okay, I have to be on this app.
Yeah, I know.
You know, because I'm like, because for me, like, I actually don't really like social media like
Yeah.
that, but because of just like what God has called me to do, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, like you just can't compromise your destiny because it's worse than not.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like at time, like you said, if you need to just post it and then exit for a few hours,
Yeah.
just do that. You know what I mean? So I like that advice that you have given to our audience here. And now looking ahead, where do you envision yourself professionally, let's say in the next 3 years? And like what is one milestone you hope to achieve in the 3 years?
So I'm actually going back to school. That's like something that I've been looking forward to for a while. So I'll be doing that, and then yeah, I'd say just doing like bigger projects with like bigger budgets, and like getting to like really express myself because it's hard when you have like small budgets. It's yeah, I've gotten to like experience like bigger budgets in New York, and it's like when you have that freedom, it's like
Yeah.
it changes your world because it's like you're not limited. You really don't have restrictions, so it's like you can put your mind like you can express your mind anyway. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that's where I want to be, and just like continue growing because I feel like with styling, it changes. Your style will always change and keep evolving, and it's like yeah, I just never want to stop pushing those boundaries and like pushing my mind. So
I
yeah.
like that. I like that very much. This is another question I have for you is more so like in working with clients, like how would you say, what advice would you give to aspiring stylists to basically develop relationships with like potential clients?
I say just reach out to people. You never know who will like respond, and if people don't respond, like it doesn't really matter. Like you tried, and you don't know. Like maybe they'll see your message in a year and be like, "Oh, I missed your message. Let's work now." So it's like, yeah, just reach out, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, at least you tried at the end of the day. And also make sure you have contracts. That's all I'll say.
For real. Actually, let's actually speak on that real quick. Contract. Like this is something that I had a guest in the previous season that highlighted the importance of like being insured
Yeah.
as a stylist, having contracts and whatnot. Why do you think having contract as a stylist is important?
It's important because clothes are meant to be worn, but they're also get damaged, and people will not take responsibility for that damage. So, like, you have to protect yourself at the end of the day. And yeah, accidents happen, but people aren't always gonna like confess to those accidents. So it's like take care of yourself, and like yeah, when you work with very expensive pieces, it's like you can't mess them up.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you for that. And now going to our last question. Reflecting on your role in the fashion scene in Edmonton, what changes do you hope to see within the industry? And is there anything exciting you're currently doing to contribute to the change you want to see?
I'd say just continuing to like build that community and bring like everyone together. And yeah, if it doesn't matter if we're like into the same type of fashion, like just bringing everyone together because it's like we're into fashion at the end of the day, and it's like yeah, we need to just join each other because we're so like spread out. And I'm not saying we all need to be best friends, but it's like yo, we need to support each other so we can keep growing and doing that. And I'd say I say I'm going out more, like to go to events and support, because usually like I just stay at home. But I've been trying to go out more and just like support all the events and like the different bands that are doing things. So
Yeah. No, I've been seeing you outside, so that's good. I've been seeing you outside. Even me too. Like, I totally agree with that. Like, even this month, I was like, yeah, this month is gonna be my month of networking,
Yeah.
going places, and just doing things, because I feel like if we do that, it would make definitely the summer even more interesting. The
Exactly, yeah.
conversations we have more interesting. You know, just making our surroundings more lively. I feel like if you're just at home all the time, you're just like, it can be so, you know. So I like how you said that, just like putting yourself out there more, and it can be very like nerve-wracking, but taking that step forward is
Exactly, yeah.
needed. So yeah, thank you so much, Liam, for sharing your insights and experiences with us today. Before we conclude, could you please share and let our audience know where they can connect with you further?
Oh, you can connect with me on Instagram. It's liamochicken, LIAMO, and then chicken.
Thank you. And a big thank you to you all, our audience, for your active participation and thoughtful engagement throughout the session. For those interested in revisiting today's conversation or accessing our educational resource in collaboration with Liam today, you can find the recording and released materials on our website and social media platform. And as well, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to our sponsors, Strong Coffee Marketing and Find Edmonton, for their generous support in making today's podcast possible. Your contribution are instrumental in empowering us to continue bringing quality content here based in Edmonton. Thank you all and have a wonderful day. Bye. Thank you for tuning into Sunday Refocus, where we embark on a journey of empowerment and growth for emerging creatives in the fashion industry. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you've been inspired by the stories and advice shared by today's guest feature, please don't forget to like this, subscribe to our podcast channel, follow us on Instagram, and share this with your fellow creative friends.